Hello, everyone. Welcome to another show. It's Geekonomics. We're back after a week of a lot of things going on, but we have a lot to talk about and a whole bunch more of other stuff. I know Brian's got a list of things, as always.
Yes.
So we head right to Brian. And Brian, how are you doing? How was your week?
I'm exhausted, Mark.
I hear.
It feels like
heard.
It feels like a marathon this week.
Yeah. That was a terrible open, by the way. I don't know what happened there.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I just feel like I didn't have it today.
Maybe we're both tired.
Yeah, a little tired.
We've been doing a lot.
Yeah.
Definitely seem tired.
Yeah.
In our own lives. You seem. It's Monday morning.
Yeah.
We've been recording on Tuesdays a lot lately, so
Yes.
I feel like
That too. That
we're
doesn't-
shaking off the weekend.
Yes.
Right, and we're just waking up.
Yes. And we'll talk about it later, but I've also gotten back into the Xbox again, so that might be a little partial bit of it. My eyes being a little exhausted from video gaming.
There you go. Also, we're week one. We just had the local band Rare Turkish in here,
Yes.
and now we're going to be week two of doing another band this Wednesday.
Yes. Yeah. Well, there was a scheduling issue from last month.
but it gives us next month
And then
off.
next month we have off because
But it's kind of like a little mini marathon.
which is good because I got a lot of stuff going on next month. And
Me
we're
too.
doing the lights and everything, so that was the plan, was to not have
Yeah.
anything going on in May, so we'd have time for that.
Yeah.
So
May is one of the busiest months work-wise for
Yeah,
me. And then
yeah.
after that, going forward, it's slower.
Yeah.
It then picks up in September.
yeah.
But anyway, we got a lot to talk about.
Yes.
The one thing, this never really happens to us, so we're going to take the opportunity. We're going to do a live reaction for us watching
Yes.
the new Deadpool and Wolverine trailer that just dropped this morning.
Yes.
This
Usually we
has
miss
never
it.
worked
It's either
for us.
like if we record on a Monday, it'll drop like afternoon time,
Right.
lunchtime Monday. If we record on a Tuesday, it'll drop on a Monday.
Yeah.
So it's one of those weird things where we actually get it when it happens.
Yes. I mean, it just
So
dropped
we're
a
gonna be
couple
right
hours
on
ago.
the we're gonna be right in the cusp.
Yeah.
We're gonna be right there.
And
with
I
everybody
texted
else.
you right away. Do not watch it. Wait.
I didn't even know what happened. So
I
you could
haven't
have just
watched it.
surprised me when I came in. I would have known it. I hadn't even checked my YouTube.
I didn't want to take the chance.
Yeah.
Because you have a tendency to watch everything.
I do.
You do.
I do.
So, I mean,
I did see it on YouTube, and I thought about it. I'm like, I could still watch it and then just act like I didn't see it. But then you get mad at me. So-
Why would you do that? You would ruin it.
Well, because I want to see it.
Well, we watched it together for the first time. You're such a jerk. All right. Anyway, we're going to be ending the show
I
with.
have my Deadpool right here, ready to go. I have my little Deadpools on the desk
Yeah.
here. So.
We're going to watch the trailer. We're going to live react.
Having a good
and
time to
we're
go to
gonna-
a wide shot, producer Josh.
We're going to discuss it.
See, there you go. That's how you do it. She's eating his empanada. Even though there's a sign on the window that says no food or drink in the room.
All right. Let's not worry about what Josh is doing.
Yeah, breaking the law in there. Breaking the law.
So anyway, geez, okay, we have that to talk about. Our weekends, obviously, and then we got some wrestling news because some big things happened this week between Raw.
There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff, and big things are happening tonight in Raw, which
Yes.
I'm still not okay with. I'm still coming to terms with this decision that was made.
No mommy.
Yeah, I was really heartbroken.
I was waiting to. I was surprised I didn't hear from you about it.
I was gonna text you, but I'm like, you know what? I'll save it for the show.
All right.
But also, I was like, does Mark want to hear me texting him? Because I would be texting you as a
When
oh
I hear me
my.
texting you, I don't hear you texting me.
Well,
I see you text me.
I don't want to annoy you because I would be texting you.
You can text me. That's
All right.
fine.
All right. Okay. Well, I want to save it for the show.
I'll tell you when you're annoying. Trust me.
Well, I know that, Mark.
Not be like, oh well, Claire, I'm gonna protect Brian's feelings here. I don't want to hurt his feelings or anything. But God, is he annoying?
All right. Let's start off, Mark. How was your weekend? I hear you're back into gaming. I am assuming you're playing Fallout.
I am playing Fallout 76.
Wow. You went
Yes.
to the online.
Well, because there's only one that was free
Okay.
on Game Pass, so I wasn't
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
spend money on a game.
Fair,
Because
fair.
I don't know if I'm gonna like it, so I'm
Right,
gonna spend
right.
money on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I started playing 76.
Yeah.
Haven't done anything in it. I'm out of the vault
Yep.
and then down into the first. I haven't even gotten to the first thing yet.
I mean, it's
So I had to
kind of
download
like
it, so you can't really you got to play in the cloud. I guess now they have a cloud you can play on.
yes. You can.
So I was playing on that first to try
Yeah.
it out,
Yeah.
and then it was downloading it in the background. So
okay. That's cool.
once it's completely downloaded, I'll dive into it more.
So I mean,
I like it.
yeah. It's an RPG.
Yeah, I
It's-
met like the first group that you can team up with,
Oh, nice.
the responders.
Huh. I see. I've never played that
Yeah.
one, so I don't know anything
Yeah,
about
I
it.
know.
I actually played it when it first came out, and there was no NPCs. It was
Yeah.
completely barren. It was very boring.
Yeah,
That's why I liked 4, because there's people and NPCs
yeah.
and groups.
Well, this is like it's actually like
But they
there's
added
NPCs
groups
that you
and
can
stuff.
team up with. Like has a thing where like you can call in like the Brotherhood like at any time because there's always like a constant radio thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like join the Brotherhood and they'll come pick you up and take you
Right.
to wherever.
Yes, yes, yes.
So there's always that tempting and thing in the background. It's like I don't know because I feel like I don't know like how to play the game. I never played any of them, so I don't really know like the gist of what you're supposed to do. Kind of.
Just survive.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's because that's an online one. There's always new
Yeah.
stuff to do.
So I kind of feel like I don't know if I'm gonna stick on 76. I might just play this a little bit and see how it goes, and then
Right.
might jump to like Fallout 4. And
I would do
just
Fallout 4.
spend the money on Fallout 4.
It can't. It's got to be super cheap.
And then just Fallout. It's like I think it was like $16.
That's
something like
super
that.
cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, so I might do that and see how that goes.
yeah. 4 is fun. It was my
Yeah.
first Fallout. Only Fallout game I
Yeah,
played.
I'd rather have something where there's a structure, like
Yes.
the open world thing is great and all,
but there's a
but
structure.
I don't know the
Right.
deal of the.
4,
Too many
there's
options.
a middle. There's a beginning, middle, and end to the
Yeah.
story, and there's different stories you can pass, you can take, and
Yeah.
actually different endings that can happen to you. Where 76, I don't think there's really an end game because they're adding new things, so it's kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
an ongoing.
Reminds me a lot of like GTA Online.
Yes.
Like there's no story; it's just people doing things.
Right. Totally. Yeah.
Like I came across somebody as I walked out of the vault, basically.
Yeah.
Like someone that was playing
Yeah.
and like asked them if they wanted to be on my team, and they said yes. So I'm like, cool.
We're a
I
team
don't know
of
what
2.
I'm doing.
What
I
am
don't
I
know what
doing?
I'm doing. And then like he's like camped out randomly, and I'll like run into him, and he just like stands there and stares at you. Like you don't talk to the person because I don't have a microphone or anything, so I
Right.
can't like say anything to him.
Right. Right.
So it's
You
just
could do
kinda like,
emojis, I
yeah,
think.
kinda
Right.
just like hey,
Hey, I know.
hey.
I'm
And then,
online.
like, off you
Playing
go.
is so boring
Yeah.
sometimes. In 4, you can have a settlement, and
Yeah.
actually you can build things,
Yeah.
which is a lot of fun. You can build, and you can put turrets, and you can build a house, and you can decorate your house,
yeah.
and whatever you want to do. So you might like that more because you don't have to worry about random randos. Like, what if that guy decided to kill you?
Yeah. I don't know.
He
I don't know like,
could've.
what the deal is. I
He
don't know like
could've.
what the scenario is.
Yeah.
But I think he like realized like I'd literally just like walked out of like
The
he was
vault.
literally standing outside the vault, like on
Yeah.
the bottom of the hill where you come out.
Yeah.
And he was just like hanging out there by like the first like NPCs you can come across.
Right. Right.
And they kind of like introduce you to the game kind of.
Yeah.
So I kind of figured like he wasn't like he's
Yes.
like not trying to be a dick about it.
Yeah. I think you like 4
Spawn
better
killing, you know what I mean?
because it takes place in Boston.
Yeah.
You go to Fenway Park, you can find.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
find Boston Common.
Yeah.
You can find all these major landmarks.
Yeah, this is in Virginia, so it's not that
Right.
different, but it's
Right.
just yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, I keep coming across places, but it's like people's like bases that they've built,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all like,
Very
tricked out.
elaborate, I'm sure.
and you just like walk in them.
Yeah.
Like anybody can walk in
Yeah.
them. It's kind of strange. It's like okay,
You can build a base and people can go into them.
yeah,
and
shop and stuff, so people can buy things from you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a whole like
I was like, what the heck?
e-commerce
It's
thing.
so weird.
It
It's
is
so
very,
strange.
People love it.
I mean, it's cool, but it's just kind of like a weird thing to dive into.
Right. They're lifers.
But
this is all the one
I've
game
heard
they
this is like a
probably-
thing now, like Fallout has like reemerged again
Yes.
because of the show.
Yes. It happens every time one of these
Yeah.
shows are really big.
Well, when it's good
The
too,
ga-
that helps.
yeah, the games.
It
become
also helps
popular.
that stuff is discounted like crazy and free. So
Yeah, no,
all the people
exactly,
that
yeah.
are like interested are like, oh, I
It's like
can
the
play
good
it.
time, yeah, because it's a good time to jump in. I mean, you can get like the crazy expanded pack for like $70 that also has Skyrim attached to it and everything. and
Oh,
you can
geez, yeah.
play both games. It's like I don't know if I want to dive that much into it. But
Right, right. That's a lot of
then like the one that has like all the download stuff, all the DLC.
the DLC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I have 4. I bought the DLC, the season pass. I got all this DLC, and I never played it because I moved on to other things. And a part of me is just like, maybe a good time
Jump
to
back in.
jump back in and
Yeah.
play that DLC I bought and never
Yeah.
played. This is
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
why I stopped buying DLC because I would buy it. By the time it would come out, I've already moved
Another
on.
game's moved on. Yeah.
Yeah. But now I'm like, you know, if I'm going to buy DLC, I'll buy it when I'm gonna play it.
Yeah.
100% gonna play it.
Yeah.
Because it's just a waste of money if you don't.
The other reason why I really jumped into it, like I didn't even know if Josh had mentioned the Fallout thing last week, but then like I was like, oh, cruising around Game Pass. I was like, I haven't been here in forever. Let's see what's on Game Pass.
There's a lot of good stuff.
Like games that have just come out not long ago, like NHL 24 is on there for free.
Nice.
And I was like, well, I'm downloading that.
Yeah. Did you play it?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's really good. Yeah. Like Major League Baseball, the show's on there for free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they get that every year for free.
Yeah. Madden 24 is on there for free. I'm like, oh man. So just download like every sports game basically. I'm like, Claire's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm playing video games again. She's like, oh god.
Well, weren't you into
I'll
hockey?
see you next year.
I'm not hockey. Weren't you into soccer not that long ago?
Well, FIFA, yeah, but the EA, the new one, still they're wanting to pay $70 for it. I'm like, don't think so.
Yeah.
But once the season's over, I'm assuming
Right.
that'll be a discount. That's how I usually do it. I don't really need like the newest of the new as soon as the season starts.
Right. Totally.
I can wait.
I wait for deals. I don't buy games full unless it's a game I really want. Everything's gonna wait for sales.
Yeah.
Wait for a sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's basically what I did this. And I got a new fresh haircut yesterday. I
Look at
treated
that.
myself to a trip to Bentley's on Boston Road
Nice.
in Springfield, right around the corner from the house. Yeah, my man Johnny took care of me. I've been there. This is my third time there. The first time I did the beard trim thing, which I'm not really sure about if I like it in general.
Why?
The beard trimming. I like the way it looks,
Yeah.
but I don't like the feel of it afterwards. It's like because I use a straight razor.
Yeah. Oh, straight razor's the
I know.
best.
I don't know if I've ever been a fan of it because I feels like I get like razor burn.
That's why you got to get beard oil.
Yeah,
Beard oil.
he did. He put that in there, but I feel
Yeah.
like whatever he used, not his fault or anything because he didn't know. He just uses whatever. But it I don't know, it irritated my skin yesterday. It got all red really fast.
Oh.
So I think it was just whatever the scent was, whatever just didn't like.
Could be
my
allergic.
Skin wasn't happy about
You're-
it.
You have sensitive skin.
Yeah,
to
I do have
something.
sensitive skin.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, hey,
Yeah, Claire put some aloe on it, and I feel better now.
there you go.
But
Looks good, Mark.
still, a little like get that after. Like sometimes if you do it too close,
Yeah.
you like that kind of like
Raw.
raw feeling.
Yes,
so I have
yes.
that today. It's kinda-
When I get my hair
Razor
cut,
burn?
yeah.
they do the back with a straight razor, and when I go to Tony's, Al does it, but when this other person does it, she's pretty like abrasive, and you could feel it a little bit. Yeah. But they use a straight razor on
Yeah.
the back, and they put the
Yeah.
cooling gel
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
It really feels nice.
Yeah.
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 There's nothing like getting your beard shaved with a straight razor. I think it's amazing.
It's great. It's
When
just-
it can be done right and they don't
Yeah.
nick you. Oh,
no, he does a great job.
So good.
It's just I feel like my skin composition is just not as acceptable to having that done.
you gotta treat yourself.
When I used to go to Southwood back in the day when I lived at my parents' house and they did it, you would do the hot towel thing afterwards.
Yes, you put that on the face when you're done.
Yeah, and that would solve that problem. I wouldn't get
Yes.
the thing.
Maybe you should ask
But
them.
I
Maybe
think they
you
charge
should-
extra for that,
Maybe
so that's why.
We have
suggest the hot
sensitive
towel.
skin.
Well, I think they charge extra.
Yeah.
How much could it be
Another $20, I think.
for a hot towel?
Well, because they do a hot towel on a full shave. They do like
Bring your whole towel.
That's if they do like your whole face and
Mark.
everything. Bring my own towel.
Bring your own
All
towel.
that
own
shit's
hot towel.
And tell them
expensive.
put it in the microwave for
All
20
that
minutes.
stuff is
I mean, not for
expensive
nothing.
nowadays.
That's why originally I started going to Sports Clips because they do the hot towel like
Should
when you
be
wash
free.
your hair for you.
It should be
This
free.
MVP thing.
Yeah,
They do,
Come
like,
on, Brian,
neck
nothing's
massage
free.
and everything.
I know.
They do the scalp massage and all that. So that's why I
Yeah.
used to go there for it because the hot towel treatment was worth it on its own.
Right.
It's like
Right. I don't know.
best like
I
5
go to
minutes of-
Tony's in Enfield.
forever.
and that's my favorite place.
Yeah.
But
But-
yeah, if I want a full beard and whatnot done, I'll have to go someplace like
Well, didn't you go to like one time you went to that fancy place down like West Hartford or something you said you went to?
Woody's.
Yeah, that was like years ago you did that.
It was good.
Yeah.
They're still around. They're great. They're really good. They do beard shaving or trimming, haircut, and they did the straight razor. And that's when I had a big beard, and I was
Yeah.
like, I want to go and have someone shave it off for me.
Yeah.
And they did it with the straight razor, and it was fantastic. They did a great job.
Yeah. Like we have like a team lunch tomorrow here at the work.
Yeah.
So I figured it'd be a good time to
Look your
doll
best.
myself up a little, you know.
The one in Hartford reopened on Pratt Street.
That was a
It's
good
been-
one.
it's
Yeah, the
been
barber
packed.
there.
It
I
has
remember
been
going there a
packed.
couple times. Right in Hartford. across from the XL Center,
Oh.
the same street that Vaughn's is on.
Oh.
I went there a couple times back when we did the Big East tournament. I got my hair cut there once because I had like hours to kill and there was no one in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, I'm going to get a haircut.
They just remodeled the
the
whole place, and it's amazing looking inside now.
Yeah.
It just like it's
And this place too, it's like got the old timey like
Barber
barber
shop?
feel to it.
Yeah.
Like they play like Sinatra era music and all that inside and everything, and all the guys are dressed to the nines and everything, and it's all brass and
Dirty
leather
magazines
seats.
in the waiting room.
No, it's all like brass and leather seats. They got a pool table in the middle of the place and everything.
Yeah.
But no one plays pool. I'm always tempted, but no one. I figure it'd be weird, like if I'm just randomly playing pool in the middle.
Well,
of
that's also the
barbershop.
good thing about the one in Hartford. It's like it's got the tobacco shop next to it, and they have like a smoking lounge in the tobacco shop.
Yeah,
And some of those guys can walk over in the back
Yeah.
to the barber shop.
yeah,
And then there's also the package, like the little convenience store package store.
Yeah,
next
it's
to
like
it.
old-timey.
It's like a little Sin
Yeah.
City over there.
Well, it's crazy too because this place doesn't like they don't do reservations, so it's like all walk-in kind of.
Yeah.
So you like walk in, you like put your name in, and then you have to wait around. But like they're like, don't go too far away because when you call you got like 2 minutes.
Right.
So it's just like a bunch of people just sitting in their cars out in the parking lot waiting to go in, and people inside like waiting to go in and stuff. So it's like a weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they do good business. So
They do,
obviously.
yeah.
Yeah.
it seems like days I pick they've been busy. I don't know what it. I feel like every day I pick is like the busiest day of the week, and every time he's like, "Yeah, we're super busy today." I'm like, I don't know what my luck is. I get bad luck here. So if he came by yesterday, it would have been there was no one here yesterday. I was like, well, you know.
There you go.
But yeah, he lives in Enfield actually. My barber.
Oh,
He works
really?
up there, so I'm keep
Interesting.
trying to get him to come in here and check the place out.
You can do a barbershop show.
Well, no, yeah,
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
yeah.
Anything else, Marcus?
That's about it. Just Xbox. I tried watching the Sympathizer, the Robert Downey Jr. show
Oh, I heard it
on
was good.
HBO.
Was it good?
I don't know. I don't know if I wasn't in the right like mood for it.
I heard it was out. I just heard about it this weekend.
Yeah, I mean it looks good. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
very Manchurian Candidate kind of feel to it.
I heard he plays like 6 characters.
Well, he plays one guy. He's a spy, but he like wears different disguises.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah, so he wears like different disguises. But it's just
Right.
kind of like I don't know. It just I don't know. I don't know if it was the vibe of it. I'm not vibing with it.
Well, did you only watch one episode?
I didn't even get through the first episode.
Well, then there you go. That's not a good mark seal of approval.
Yeah.
If you got through half of an episode.
Yeah, it wasn't like
just
it was
not
just
for
kind of
you.
like I don't know. It just I don't know. It didn't grab me.
Sometimes with these shows, you
It
gotta
depends upon my mood too.
you gotta watch
Like
the
I got to be in the
whole-
mood for a certain type of show,
right.
and like this seemed like too like his acting is a little over the topish in this.
Yeah,
And sometimes when he gets that way, I don't really like. I don't know.
yeah.
Like Tropic Thunder, I can watch Tropic Thunder. I like it. It's a good movie,
Well, he's amazing.
but it depends upon like what mood I'm in. Like I couldn't watch Tropic Thunder like all the time, kind of thing. You know what?
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
It's kind of like sports.
yeah,
Like there's some days where you can watch a baseball game and be like, oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
Some days it's like, I don't want to.
Why is this
at
taking
all.
so long?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, like I was watching the NASCAR race, and I was like, God, this is painful.
I
I like
literally,
NASCAR.
I
but
forced
this
myself.
race is
I
the
forced
boringest race
myself to
ever.
watch the race yesterday.
This is the boringest Talladega race
It was
I've ever
awful.
seen. It was painful. It was basically just follow the leader for 3 hours. Where usually it's like more passing and there's more action going on.
Yeah.
No,
And
it
there's,
was
you know,
it was awful.
but
It
it's
was
just like
it was literally just
No one tried to do anything.
yeah. It was, but like I had to force myself because I started watching the Ranger game and I watched the whole first period and there was no score. I'm like, during intermission I'll start watching the race. As I'm watching the race, my phone starts going off because they started scoring. And I'm like,
I didn't want to watch the
I'm
Rangers
like,
game. 'cause
I'm
I
like,
don't want that
okay, I
stress
guess
in
I'm
my
watching
life
the
right now.
race.
I was like, I don't need playoff hockey stress in my life. I didn't need that right now. I was like gonna watch it, and I was like sitting there. The game's about to start. I'm like, yeah, I'm not in the mood for that. I don't need this stress today. It's Sunday. I'm relaxed. I don't want to be stressed out. I don't need to have this kind of anxiety in my life right now.
Right.
So I'm gonna watch the NASCAR race. But then like that got boring. But then I was like, oh, I have the Formula One race recorded. I'll watch that.
Ooh,
And
that was awful.
But Formula One, like, it's okay though, because I think it's the announcing that
Oh, yeah.
makes it okay that it's follow leader, which is fine.
But
There's more strategy involved in Formula One than there is.
But that was the race that had the stole thing, right? Where he just plowed through Ricardo.
Yeah.
That was.
Stroll,
I watched that and was just like,
yeah.
What was he doing?
And then he blamed Ricardo for brake checking him, even though
my
he
God,
really just drove through the guy.
Yeah, he blames
I know
him
Brian
for getting in his way.
Brian doesn't understand what any of this is.
Brian's like,
saying
no,
whatsoever. He has no idea what you're talking about.
He's got his phone out going, oh, racing? Yeah, I don't care.
No, I got an alert about something.
You got an alert that you don't care about auto racing?
Yes, pretty much. That was my alert.
It's not Tony Stewart. Brian has no idea who you're talking about.
No. We got to move on. We got other things. I know you guys, not to stop your good time. We have other things we got to talk about. We got lots.
Brian was talking about wrestling.
Hey, you asked us about our weekend, Brian. You want to know
did.
about our
You
weekend.
asked me about my weekend, and that was my weekend.
That was our weekend, Brian.
You, not
Well, I know he's the only person that knows what I'm talking about. Why am I going to tell you about it? You don't have any
All right.
Shy Brian.
Just be like, yeah.
I guess this is Mark and Bryon show. I see how it is.
We just have to move. We have to move the show along.
Yeah, we're 20 minutes in, and Brian hasn't even talked about his week yet. So,
I know.
Brian, tell us about what you did
we
this
got to talk
past
about.
week.
Anyway, we have the Deadpool
Brian, you hosted a
stuff.
Equilibrium show on Wednesday. Tell us about that.
Yeah, how was your weekend, Brian? How was it, Brian?
It went well.
How was it, Brian?
It went fine. The guys from Rare Turkish, like, we kind of knew them.
Yeah.
So it actually made it a lot easier.
Yeah.
And I have to say, it was probably the first time I was least anxious or nervous to do the show.
Because you thought it was your last one, even though then
it
you
really is
that
my last one.
It's not your last one. You're gonna next week. You're gonna be like, you know what? I think I'll do the next 6.
No. First of all, I'm not comfortable in front of the camera like that. Second of all,
you do a good job though.
I
and
don't.
Mike Haynes thinks you're amazing at it.
I'm not amazing at it, dude. I can't believe I said viewer. I can't. Did you really?
You did.
I really.
You did.
I was.
I couldn't.
No.
I had to
No,
stop.
I'm
he
glad
didn't say
you stopped
viewer.
me.
He said our viewer.
Yes. I'd like to thank our viewer for watching. I'm like, oh my god.
You know what it is though? It's doing interview. I'm fine because I'm talking to people. Then when I'm looking at the barrel of the gun,
Off the cuff,
the camera.
You're not good at. You're not good at off the cuff stuff.
Yeah, it's tough because I'm looking right into that camera lens.
You're not even
and
doing it
I
now,
get
Brian.
nervous.
You know what
We
the
can
good-
tell, Brian, because you're not even doing it now.
You know what the
You're
good?
looking to the left.
You're looking to the wrong thing. You're not even looking at the right camera. You're looking at the monitor for some reason.
I know. I'm looking
Looking at yourself, looking at the wrong thing.
I know. Sorry, I'm looking at.
But you know what it
I
is,
shouldn't
and I kind of like associate to this. I think a tad bit of it. Correct me if I'm wrong, which I know you will. Is we kind of established at the very beginning of us doing stuff together like this that we're kind of like a tag team. It's like you are good at the question stuff and the interviewing situation stuff, and I'm more of the off the cuff, be able to do the intros, outros kind of stuff.
Yes, agreed.
Then I think it's kind of like in wrestling, like when you're done, like you move away from your tag team and you do a singles match.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit different. You're the whole show is you.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And you're not good at that. You're a tag team guy. You're not a singles wrestler. That's all.
The thing is,
I'm more of a singles wrestler.
Yes. What it is,
I can work in a tag team, but I also am with being on my own.
You are more you come off across more comfortable. If you're nervous or not, I don't know it, but you come off a little bit more relaxed, and you're good with it. With me,
I don't think I'm good with it,
but it comes across that way. It comes across that way. For me, I originally had said I don't mind hosting a show.
Yeah.
Because I thought Mike would be doing it, or we'd find someone else, or whatever.
Yeah. Well, you just got into like a groove of doing it, and seemed like you were liking it, so I didn't want to wreck your groove.
Like I said, I don't mind rotating with Mike until we find someone.
Yeah.
That would be a good fit.
Yeah.
Because I obviously want to be a team player.
Yeah.
I'm doing it because I enjoy it, but at the same time, I don't enjoy being in front of the camera.
Yeah.
I like being behind the camera. When I'm doing camera for the band stuff, we all click.
Yeah.
Like when we have that crew, it's me on the camera, you're directing. There is, it's a good flow, right?
Yeah.
We get the good shots and whatnot.
I mean, the only downside for me as a producer, which I'm not the only producer, but as the director producer person, the only downside of you, the main thing of having you as the host, is you do have a very knowledgeable. You're very knowledgeable about music,
Sort of. I try.
But you like have like an interest in learning about
Yes.
bands.
I always try to learn and listen
and you
to all
like
the bands.
bring that to the interviews, and that's good, and
Yeah.
that's amazing, and you do a good job of that.
But beyond that, I'm just, well...
Yeah, yeah. It's been suggested like combining this, but I'm like, that makes no sense. Like, why would one of us host? and
Well,
one of us,
I said that to Mike because if Mike
like,
did the
do the
interview, I
interviews.
go, I could do the open and close, you do the interview. But I don't like doing the opens and closes.
Yeah.
I could do the interview, and you could do the opens and closes.
yeah. But that makes no
It
sense.
makes no sense. I
Yeah.
totally agree with you. But anyway,
The
the
amount
show,
of time that you're actually on the show is very minute.
right. Rare Turkish was amazing. The
Yeah.
band was amazing, and it's really about the bands and the music.
We've
Enough
kind of
about
like, I'm not
me.
like tuning our own horn, but toot. I feel like we've been like hitting it out of the park with bands.
The acts have been
It's
fantastic.
where the
amazing.
bands come to play, you know.
It is where
Yes,
bands come
where
to play,
bands
but
come
it
to
is
play.
like, if people don't think there's a music scene around here, there's a music scene around here,
Yeah.
and you need to check it out because there's
Right.
some really good original acts out there
Totally.
that are really like putting out some stuff that's like,
We haven't had one dud.
no,
No, not
And,
at all.
and then
No.
like, we also have like a full schedule and possibly going into next year.
Yeah.
we're
So there's
booked-
enough local
Yeah.
talent to.
the show's booked through December, and I have a list of another like 12 bands for next year already.
Pretty cool.
And that's growing on top of that.
Right.
So there's like, and bands like from bands that used to play back in the day, they're now new bands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that, and there's just a lot of music out there. There's just music. Like,
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's been great.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was a lot of fun. We're going to be doing it again this Wednesday. So
Yes.
that should be a lot
Attention
of fun.
Rebellion this week.
Right. And they're fantastic as well.
Yes, that'll
So-
be our June show.
And I get a break. And then we'll figure out what we do in June.
Yes.
If it's me again, or maybe we find someone in between then. I don't know.
we're looking for options. So if you're out there
Yeah.
and you live in the local Enfield, Connecticut area, and you're
Yeah.
interested in hosting a TV show about
I mean,
music
obviously, I
and
think we would
bands-
have to have the person do like an on
Oh, yeah, they'd
camera
have to like an
test.
audition. We have to
Yeah.
like audition you and stuff like
Right,
that. I
right.
mean, like
Yeah.
see if you're knowledgeable at least,
And willing. Yeah.
and have like some kind of talent.
Right. Totally.
Yeah, and if you vibe with the crew too, that's another big component of it.
Right. But anyway, that's been good.
Yeah.
This
But
weekend.
yes, sorry. Reach out to us at equilibriumtvshow@gmail.com
There you go.
to find out more info about that.
There you go. So real quickly, I got my side gate. We got that ordered, right? This is going back to wanting the new bed. I got the new bed.
Ah,
I spent all day yesterday with the new bed.
yes.
It was a long day, dude. I wanted today off.
Yeah.
I
Doesn't take that long to build it. It wasn't that big
well,
of a project.
we end up comparing prices between Cloud,
yeah.
Cloud?
Dream Cloud.
Dream Cloud, and Sleepy's.
Yes.
We ended up going Sleepy's because
Oh,
we
boy.
got the free adjustable frame, which is amazing.
Ah.
Oh my god, game
So now you can sit in
changer.
bed,
Game
sit up in
changer.
bed and
It
on your
elevates-
side, or is it
It's all
individuals?
one. It's all one.
Oh, see, that's the thing that's why we decided not to do it.
Why? We didn't want to do individuals.
Because
it's
then,
fine.
like, if I wanted to sit up in bed and Claire wanted to sleep,
Hmm.
then she could do that.
I mean,
That's what we were.
that's
at.
for us. That's probably not going to happen. But
Because, like, if I'm up watching a show and
Yeah.
she wants to fall asleep, she's not going to fall asleep sitting up.
yeah. Oh, I gotta say, man, going from a full to a king size.
I'm telling you, right?
Holy! We slept on it last night for the
Yeah.
first time. It
Feels
felt
like you have like a
your own bed.
whole world
Dude,
to yourself.
I woke up and my pillow is not on Allison's face like
Yeah.
it normally is.
Yeah.
Like we're not on top of each other.
Yeah.
The cats have
You're not
plenty of
touching
room.
each other.
Oh my god!
Not that that's a bad thing,
Right.
but I mean, you don't get hit in the head randomly
Yes.
at night while they roll over.
Oh my god!
I'm telling you, it's a whole different.
Mattress is very comfortable. The
Yeah.
adjustable thing is really awesome, but taking apart the old bed, building all
That's
this
the worst, yeah.
stuff, what a pain!
Well,
Like,
especially because you have the adjustable. That's a lot more of a process.
it was a process. It was an old day.
Like ours is just the regular, just flat
Yeah.
lay down bed. Because I'm not going to be,
right.
like we said, just get one of those little sit up things that if you want to sit up. Not that we do that in our bedroom, anyways. We have like multiple rooms to watch TV in. So.
Right. But some days we'll lay in bed and watch TV and like it's kind of nice.
We have the smallest TV in our bedroom.
So do we.
We have that for a reason. So
Yeah.
we don't do that.
Yeah, yeah. But
It's like the tiniest 20-inch TV that we have.
some days, you
So
don't
it's like,
want to
well,
get
that
out
way
of
we
bed
can't-
a Sunday morning or something. You know?
Yeah.
But anyway, that was my Sunday. We haven't watched Fallout only because Saturday, Allison and me went out and saw Civil War, and Allison's like, she's like, if we watch Fallout, I want to watch the whole thing in one weekend. So this weekend we have no plans. We're gonna watch it this weekend.
You're gonna need to.
4
hours each day.
We'll do it because
You might even get through it in one day.
probably.
I'm telling
It's
you.
only 8 episodes.
I'm telling you. It's one of those shows where if you get through an episode, you're like, I don't want to stop this.
I was so disappointed we didn't start it Friday because I was like, oh, I really want to watch it. But we're gonna wait.
Yeah.
But anyway, we saw Civil War. Probably one of the best movies I've seen all year. It's a solid 10 in my opinion.
Wow, really?
Yes.
The trailers don't sell it very well.
Yeah, it is fantastic. But
I've heard good things about it,
It's
but
amazing.
it's like the trailers. It's like, what
amazing.
the hell is this movie about?
Yeah, it looks interesting, but I don't know.
doesn't-
well,
if
let me
it's-
tell you. Without
Frank.
ruining it. It's
Yeah. I mean, there's Civil War going on.
it's a civil war, but it's ambiguous about like what sides or what. So you can put your own opinion onto that movie,
Yeah.
no matter which political side you might be on.
Yes.
But it's about a journalism.
Journalists.
Journalists in wartime.
Yeah.
And Kristen Dunst plays a journalist, a photographer.
Yes.
And there's a young girl up and comer. And then the other actor who played Pablo Escobar, I always forget his name.
Yes, from Narcos.
Yeah, he's on the team. He's a journalist as well.
Yeah.
And there's another guy. And it's about them wanting to, because of Civil War in America and the premise of these people going cross country to actually interview the president, who
Yeah.
no one has interviewed since everything went down.
Yeah.
Because anybody who has tried has been killed.
Ah.
And they
That's
want-
a good idea. Then why would we I'm going to do that?
Well, they know things are ramping up, and they feel that they want to go for the story because nobody else has, and they're going to figure it out once they get there. But things happen, and it's probably one of the most scariest, intense movies I've seen in a very long. Scarier than any horror movie. Scarier than. Personally, it was like. The audio in this movie was really intense. The
Good gaffing.
the gunfire was like, you watch a movie with guns and shooting,
Yeah.
and it's just like, yeah, whatever. But when people die in this movie, it's like, it's scarier. I don't know. The gunshots were really loud on purpose, in the theater. But yeah, it was definitely one of my favorite movies of the year. I don't think I'll ever watch it again because it was very disturbing. It's very disturbing. It's a hard R for a reason.
Yeah.
It's a hard R. But anyway,
Like disturbing for the graphicness of it? Or
subject matter, graphicness
just because
of
it hit too close to home?
and it hits very close to home. Yeah, it does. It's scary stuff. Scary, but it's shot well. It's from the eyes of them.
Yeah.
So you feel like when there's gunfire, it's freaking loud.
Yeah.
And it's scary because it is a little close to home because it's taking place on American soil. There's
Yeah.
a civil war going on. And these people are trying to just as if they were across the pond and they were getting footage from another war.
Yeah.
It's happening at home. Anyway, it's a great movie.
It's like taking a story about like this could happen and this could be easily translated to Ukraine and Russia
Exactly.
and the journalists there.
First thing I thought about was Ukraine
Yeah.
because that was on news and we
Yeah.
were seeing it from our television screens.
Yeah, it's kind of like if this were to happen here,
How would it be
how
covered?
would you react
Yeah,
to
yeah.
that? And how would that?
Good movie.
Yeah.
Well acted. Well, everything was great. I really
Yeah.
it's a good movie. But it's very disturbing and scary.
Mm.
Anyway, we saw that and then obviously we had the whole day of the bed yesterday.
Yes.
But it was nice to have a new bed. So very exciting.
Yeah, new beds are awesome.
I know. I have never been on a king bed in my life.
I'm telling you, man. When I met Claire and I got in that California king bed, it was a whole new world.
It is a whole new world.
It was like, what have I been sleeping in? I would sleep in a hammock my whole life.
Yes,
Basically.
yes.
I was sleeping on cardboard the
Yes.
whole time. This whole time.
I was sleeping in my car.
It's like, why am I? What is wrong with me? Why did I
Yeah.
never think to
Why
have
did
this?
I wait almost 45 years
To
of
be
my
able
whole
to
life?
stretch out and not have to fight people or anything.
Dude, it's amazing.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, before that, I had my own bed where I slept
yes,
by myself.
but still,
But
even
it's
that
not
was
like-
small.
Even that's small. It's
Right.
like you feel like you're still like constrained to the little
right.
single bed.
Yeah.
But
Going to King, man. Whew.
being able to like actually like put your arms out after they get out of bed and you're able to stay in bed.
Yeah.
You can stretch out and have the whole thing to yourself. It's like, oh my God.
When I laid in the bed for the first time and I rolled 3 times on the bed without
Yeah.
falling off,
Yeah.
Allison, she's like, it looks like you're having a sleepover by yourself.
Yeah.
You're so excited.
Yeah.
I'm like, I am. This is
Yeah.
very exciting.
Yeah.
Claire
Claire still gets annoyed sometimes. Like she leaves for work and goes to work, and I know I have that hour to myself in the bed.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this is the best part of the day. I got this whole bed to myself. She's like, I feel like I feel like you should be more sad about me going to work in the morning. I'm like, I mean,
I could
you could have stayed in bed.
Yeah, it's not my fault. So I know we're going to talk about the trailer soon, but
Yes.
WWE Raw and SmackDown.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Highly disappointed that Rhea has to give up the belt
Yes.
because of an injured shoulder.
Yeah. Even though that another guy just held on to the belt for like 6 months, even though he had a bad back and a broken leg.
Yes. This is what makes me mad. Now, I understand story-wise why they're doing it, but
It's because,
I know why they're doing it.
well, it's with Seth's injury, he could still show up.
And so did she.
With hers, she's going to need to be out for
I know she has
that
to
time
rehabilitate.
because it's AC joint. So
But
it's like
if you
full
go,
on.
if you look at
She can't fly.
Roman Reigns,
Yeah, but you can't fly with a AC joint.
look at Roman Reigns though.
But he didn't have a torn AC joint.
Yeah,
AC joint, like you can't like physically. I don't think there's a reason behind like the pressure of the flying would affect the rebuild.
I
Yeah,
understand.
you can't
I understand.
move from what
Yeah.
it sounds like.
I'm
You
just
can't
saying-
move
So that's why
that.
she-
I'm just saying she could have hold on to the belt and then they could have just kind of.
But then she went off screen.
But Roman Reigns, look at Roman Reigns. He disappeared for a long time too.
Yeah, I think it's just. I think it was more of her choice thing. Like if she's like, if I'm not gonna be able to defend it, I don't want to.
I get it. As
And the timing wise didn't work either.
it's right after WrestleMania.
It's another. Yeah, it's a bad thing timing wise.
Right.
Like if they were going into like a long story.
Yeah.
Right now, it's a perfect time for her to possibly walk
Yeah.
away for a little while
Right.
because it works with the Liv putting her out. It puts Liv up to a heelish type character,
Yes.
and then now they're gonna do the battle royal tonight.
I was gonna say
to see
tonight,
who's gonna win.
new women's world champion will
So
be crowned. As
more than
special-
likely, it's gonna be some of the usual suspects, maybe. But
who's part of the
I don't know. I didn't see the. I know that
I can tell you right
some
now.
of the folks
I
that
got
were in it,
I
one
got
of them
it
got
up.
released, so she's not in it anymore. Zia
Um,
Lee was going to be in it, but she's not there no more. So
Okay, the battle royale will include. Holy smokes, Becky Lynch,
yes, like 20.
Shania Baszler, Zoe
Shayna
Stark,
Baszler.
Natalia,
Yes,
Tegan Knox,
Correct.
Ivy Nile,
Correct.
Maxine Dupre.
Is that how he says Shayna Baszler? Really?
What? What did I say?
Shayna Weisler.
I did not say Shina Weisler.
You said Shayna Baszler.
What?
You said Shayna Baszler.
Roll back that tape.
We're going to later.
You tell me.
It wasn't Shayna Baszler. That's
It
what.
wasn't Shayna
Nia
Baszler.
Jax, Liv Morgan, Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, Cadence Lee
LeRae.
Indy Hartwell.
Yes.
What did I say?
It's so fun watching you listen to you try to pronounce names.
Brian knows
It's
how
like
to
my
read.
favorite pastime.
Brian
It's like I want to
knows
just give
how
Brian
read.
lists every week of
It's-
names and
it's-
see what he comes up
no.
with.
It's the radio show and the newspapers all over again.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
What did I say? Katana Chance?
Katana chance?
Katana?
Do you know
Katana?
how to katanas?
What did I say? Katana?
Katana? Katana?
Katana sounds like a Mortal Kombat character.
That's,
It
Yeah,
is.
that's the shtick of it.
I haven't seen her, I don't think.
She's the party girl. She's one of the party
Oh.
girls.
Here's what's gonna happen.
Is that all of them? Or is
Yeah,
there more?
that's
Oh.
it.
The other
That's a
girl?
lot.
The other girl from that doesn't make it in then.
Here's what I think it's gonna be.
I think you're going to add more people to it.
This is the battle. This will include. This is the list.
I know, but I'm saying there might be more people that are in there.
I think Nia Jax is going to last a long time during this Rumble.
I think Nia Jax will be the first person out.
You think so?
They're not going to team up and get her out.
You could be right there.
Because it's not going to be like the Royal Rumble where they come in one at a time.
Yeah.
It's going to be a Battle Royal where they're all in there at the same time.
You know this could
Yeah,
be.
Battle Royals usually mean all the people who take the biggest person out.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
My prediction,
Like the Andre
I would
Giant
like to
Battle
see
Royal.
Becky Lynch and I'd like to see Liv Morgan last the longest.
Yeah.
I'd like to see those two go at it. I think that could be a good one. This is going to be interesting. I don't know who's going to win that. And then this is going to be another great match tonight is Awesome Truth against DIY.
Yes.
That should be good.
Regeneration X.
Awesome Truth are amazing. I love those guys.
Yeah.
They're really fun.
We all got new belts.
Yes.
Yeah,
the
what
new
do you
belts.
think of the belts?
Yeah.
And then he was is it
Calling Triple H a magician.
yeah, he's awesome.
We
He's
found out where little
Truth.
Jimmy went.
Our Truth. He kept going. Wait, you're not Triple H.
You're Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
I knew you would pop for that.
Oh my God, that was good.
And now we know why little Jimmy can't be seen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Magicians.
Magicians. And then, of course, on SmackDown, we had another big upset because you had Becky up against Naomi, and that match was ruined.
Who? Up against Naomi?
Not Becky.
Bayley.
Bailey. Sorry. I will
okay.
get the names. Bailey. That match was ruined by, what's her face? Come on, just give me the name. Not Liv Morgan. It's on the tip of my tongue, man. Tits McGee. Tiffany Stratton. Tits McGee. Right? Am I
this
wrong?
isn't the first time he's called her that either.
Am I wrong? Last week, her boobs got popped out. But this week, she wore something a little bit more constrictive. Yeah. She comes out and starts...
The opinions of Brian Kazowski not reflect it's Geekonomics.
And then she starts like... Of course, she's the heel with this.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
That's her shtick.
But...
She wants it to be Tiffy time.
Yeah, it was Tiffy time.
Yeah.
And she...
You said you loved her last week. You were all about Tiffy time.
Oh, she's entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
I don't like her character.
That's
I think
the whole
she's
point. You're not
obnoxious.
supposed to like her character.
But I think when she gets involved, she's just like Nia Jax. It makes the match interesting.
Yes.
But I kind of wanted to see this match end without someone interfering.
Yes.
That's
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's what
When you have
makes
two
wrestling.
good like baby faces facing
Right,
each other, there's
right.
no way it's gonna you can't like if Bailey had pinned Naomi, then Naomi's character is like knocked down to the bottom of the rung, basically.
I thought the same.
And Naomi's not gonna beat Bailey.
No,
So
no.
it's kinda like you're painting yourself into a corner situation.
Mark, you got me thinking like you. I watch this stuff and I'm going.
You gotta analyze these things. This is how you do it.
Here's how I watch wrestling, though. I watch it, and the naive person watches it and enjoys it. But then afterwards, I go, I understand why they did that.
Yeah. Sooner or later, that naive person just dies, and then you're just stuck with the.
Not the way Brian says names.
Yeah.
Not the way I say the names. Though.
Yeah. But then sooner or later, you just become the cynical, like analytical guy, and you're like, I know what's gonna happen here.
Why? It's still fun though. I'll tell you.
Or you just have in the back of your head, you're my father saying, you know he's gonna lose it, right?
Yeah, he's gonna get pinned.
He's gonna lose it right here. Watch. And then it would happen, and then that happened, and you're like, why do you have to ruin this for me? That's how my dad used to be.
You told me. You
Yeah.
told me. But all I gotta say is, I really have fallen back in love with wrestling.
I can
think
tell.
It's really enjoyable, and I also find, like we talked about this before, it's a great escape.
Yeah.
You have to worry about
have to
anything.
think about anything.
It's fun.
There's
Your characters are great.
None of it matters.
None of it matters.
I mean,
It's
it
great.
matters to the people, but I
Right.
mean, it's not like if someone loses a belt or someone.
They'll get it back.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
whatever.
But it's been a lot of fun. Now,
Except for on SmackDown where they do like physically impossible car accidents.
oh my god! Oh my god!
I was
First
gonna
of all,
ask about
he
that.
came
I was
out of
gonna
a
ask about
parking
that.
He came out of a dumpster.
I was
He's
gonna
not
ask
coming out of
about
the
that.
parking
There was-
spot.
that
There's no
made
way
no
those two
sense.
cars got in an accident.
I know, T-boned.
There's no way they.
I know.
had enough momentum
Yes.
for a car to have a parking
Not
spot.
like that.
Especially,
no
yeah,
Evo in a
especially
car
at the end
Yeah.
of a parking
to the
lot.
point where like there's not even a parking spot. There's only a car parked in the parking spot that he came out of. I'm like, if you're gonna fake an accident, at least make it. I mean, I know you're trying to do it so you like the shots work and everything, but someone's got to tell somebody like, hey. If we put the cars here, this isn't going to look like an actual accident.
Oh.
It looks like a staged dare
Well,
accident.
at least have the car coming from where the camera was,
Or
'cause that at
coming
least
from
had space
somewhere.
to come
It, like
in.
it looked like it was something that was set up for like a dare demonstration.
Yeah, it
like,
looked like the police department.
yeah, I'm
you
looking
know,
for like the fake
this is
guy.
why
like,
we don't do
like-
drugs or drink
like
alcohol.
the kids from the drama department, like drooped over the steering wheel or something. You know, Jimmy just had a beer before he went to the prom, and this is what happened.
I know.
This could happen to you.
But-
Don't drink before you go to prom, kids.
On the flip side, I will say this.
Don't do drugs. Take the
On
prom promise.
That first Raw back, or maybe it was the second Raw, they did one of the coolest, I think, during Canada. They had
I'll have him walk outside.
Jey Uso goes running outside,
Yes.
and there's Sami
Punches a fan.
Yeah,
Zayn
standing looking at the sign.
looking up there, and they have a little back and forth.
Yeah.
And Sami comes walking inside with all the fans.
That's a new thing. They did that with Kevin
Yeah.
Owens, and he walked to the microphone after he was
Yeah.
talking to Brian Saxton, and he was like, "Hit my music."
Right. That was awesome.
That's like a new thing. they
That
started
was
doing.
fantastic. And I thought that was whoever's idea that was. I think it made it
Yeah. Well,
a
they have
little
a
bit
new
more
production
special.
guy and head of production, so that's why.
Well, yeah,
I
did
know
you
they're
hear about
cutting
that?
back.
Someone mentioned that like the new producer, I guess the old producer did like OVW as well, and
Yes.
a lot of people there hated him.
Yes.
Because he literally said, "Count 1, 2, 3, then switch the camera."
Yeah.
Every time, no matter
Yes.
what.
Yeah.
So it's literally 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Click.
Kevin
1,
Dunn was known
2,
for that.
3,
He was known for
click.
his crash
1,
cuts.
2, yeah, it was
He also
awesome.
had the zooms.
Yeah.
Where he'd do like the crash zooms in and out to like get to different like if someone's hitting somebody, he would actually like zoom in and out. To, like,
Yes, I hate
show
that.
him getting hit.
Yeah.
It was like
You don't need to do that.
yeah.
But I think that was an amazing. It was well done. I
Yeah.
think the fans loved it, and the fact that Sami Zayn ran out into the fans,
Yes. Yeah.
then went back into the fans before commercial break
Yes.
was so cool.
Yeah.
But
Back
Yeah.
to the car accident that is
I know.
physically impossible to
obviously
happen.
it was planted. We
Yes.
know, Mark. It was
Yes.
stupid, but
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
But that storyline's really cool and how that's dynamic is happening and what's going to happen when if Roman returns after the movie that he's
So
filming.
that
was
was my
Solo
question.
and the whole new bloodline.
Yeah,
Do you
what's
think
going on.
we're gonna have like a black and white NWO versus
We're going to have
red and black
Bloodline
NWO?
Civil War. That's what's going to happen.
Yes,
Rock's
And
going
it's gonna be
to
a war, yeah.
side with Solo and
Yep.
Roman's going to side with the Usos or
Well,
something.
Roman's making a movie right now.
Yeah, so is The Rock.
Yeah.
When they come back.
Yeah. Things are going to get interesting.
Yeah.
Also, what do you guys think of the new tag belts?
They look nice.
I like the SmackDown ones. I'm not a fan of the Raw ones.
Yeah, the
They look the
Raw
same
ones
to me, to be
were,
honest.
No, the Raw ones, the
They,
side
they
straps
kept it,
look
and
too
they also
thin.
kept the circle thing, which I thought was like, why?
Well, they look too thin on the sides compared to the center
Yeah.
part. The belt looks too thin, which could be changed. They could adjust that, but the SmackDown belts look really nice.
Yeah.
Look like the old SmackDown, like the old tag belts.
I just went, oh, they're nice looking.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know the difference. They look gold compared to the silver
yeah,
they had.
That coin.
It is
Yeah.
sort of funny how they literally went from bronze belts to silver belts back to gold belts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the gold looks nicer on television.
Yeah.
Looks nice. But yeah, things are heating up in wrestling. Backlash is
Next week.
next Saturday.
Yes.
We got Cody going to be
Anniversary.
fighting what's his face for the belt.
Yes. Good old what's his face?
No, what's his face, Mark? You got to help me with some names. I'm still learning.
I don't remember.
Jericho? No.
No, Jericho's on AEW. He said he
Oh.
wasn't in the WWE anymore.
I don't know. What's his name? He's got long hair. He just fought
And Jack Perry.
LA Knight. He just fought
Oh,
LA
AJ
Knight.
Styles.
AJ Styles.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of AJ Styles. That's why I don't
Yeah.
remember his name.
And I forgot who it was too. 'Cause
Low
I
rent
was
Jack
kind
Perry.
of hoping LA Knight, but
Yeah.
I'm like, they're not going to have LA Knight.
Yeah, you're
and
not going to
Cody
have
Rhodes.
good guys
No,
versus
yeah.
good guys
Right.
yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was in that match going, man, I hope LA Knight wins because I like him a lot. But then I'm
Yeah.
like, he's not going to win it. I went to Mark's thinking, and I'm like, well, he's not going to win this because they're not going to put up L.A. Knight and
but
Cody
two good guys
Rhodes
against each other.
Right.
You're not going to beat up You're not going to have L.A. Knight lose to
Right.
Cody Rhodes and ruin his momentum. Whereas AJ knows
Or
when he's a bad
at least
guy,
not yet,
he
anyways.
can be beat, and it's not going to affect him as much.
Exactly.
But if you're gonna have a good guy versus good guy match, it's gonna be like
Yeah.
a story-driven good guy versus
Yeah,
good
like
guy
they're
match.
like been friends forever, and
Right.
like the Bailey Naomi thing.
Exactly. Yeah, I get it. But anyway, so that's going to be happening at Backlash. Now tonight we have Raw. We have a big match with the
Yes,
Royale.
we'll be picking next week.
Now, okay.
As long as the card's set, we'll be picking next week.
Now next week we're going to record on Wednesday.
Yes.
Now, is the draft this weekend or next weekend?
The draft is this weekend.
Now, weren't we supposed to do something this show?
I decided against it because it's drafts. It's. I think throwing in the NXT into it.
and draft is too unpredictable
And
to
it's
actually like do anything.
Because it's like with the injury to Rhea and everything, it's
Yeah,
kind of like
it
not
screwed
knowing
everything up.
who's going to be the champion and all that. It's kind of hard to.
Now, this is the
Put,
first
like, the
year
top
with
10.
NXT involved with the draft, correct?
Yeah, they've been involved before, but like you'd be called up from NXT to one of the brands,
Right.
Whereas this year,
It's part of
NXT is actually a brand, so they can
You
draft
used- you
somebody
used to be
from
able to
Raw
be
or
drafted
SmackDown
up.
to NXT.
Yeah.
And like split
Instead of
between.
it
Now
being
guys
like an
can-
up down, now it's going to be an across.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
they're making Raw. They're going to gradually, beginning with the draft, turning NXT into like a third show,
I
basically,
know,
like
I
a
know.
full on third show.
A part of me is like, can I watch a third show?
Well, it's going to be on CW, so it's going to be even easier to get to. So
I don't have CW.
starting in October.
What's that going to be on, though? I don't have streaming. I don't have cable. What's CW?
I don't know.
Right? So maybe I just don't watch NXT.
Yeah.
I mean, do we think any of the big players would actually
I don't think any of
land
like the
NXT?
super big names will be on
No,
there.
I don't
I mean,
think
it
It
might.
would be your mid card guys. For
There
the most
might
part.
be. I don't know. There might be somebody that.
No, I'm
it's
just
like-
saying it'll be
I wouldn't be
mostly
surprised-
mid card, but
I
there
wouldn't
might
be
be one or two.
surprised to see like a Bobby Lashley,
Yeah, that doesn't bother
Or-
me, Bobby Lashley.
like a guy of that caliber, like drafted to NXT.
Yeah, not super mid card, but like
Yeah,
high end.
like high mid card, low
Right.
main card.
And the cool thing is, honestly, I like watching Raw is my favorite. SmackDown, I'm getting into, so I'm enjoying that too. If NXT anything major happens, you know they're gonna give us
Yeah.
the
Oh,
highlights on
you're
the
gonna
other
Yeah,
show.
that's be on the
Right.
website that you could check out too. So
I'm on the WWE Reddit board. I see everything's going on.
See, there you go.
I'm
You're
on.
all on the- you're
I
in
go
the-
to WWE.
you're locked in.
I'm locked in. I know what's going on. I don't
Well,
need to watch
you'll
like
see
I
it.
said, I would have predict them to do NXT more like how it's a weird example, but like how NASCAR has the Xfinity series. We
Yeah.
have a couple of big name guys
Yeah.
that race with them to like build them
Well, I'm
up,
assuming like
but
as they initially launch on CW, they'll
gonna
have a
get
lot
some
of
names out there.
crossover people going over there to
get it.
boost the ratings up and get people into watching it.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
But again, we don't know like what day it's going to air on, when it's going to air.
Now, here's my
So-
question for you, Mark and Josh. So this Friday we have SmackDown.
Yes.
And that's night one
Yes,
of the.
yeah, technically.
correct.
Now, does that happen during SmackDown?
Yes,
So does this SmackDown have any matches?
yes.
Is it like split the time, or how do they?
How
how does
it's
it
it's
work?
more
probably
half
like a
and half,
super
if
show kind of
anything.
situation where they'll have guys from Raw and SmackDown on it,
Yeah,
folks from both.
gotcha.
And usually, I don't know how they were going to do it this way or not, but you probably see some NXT folks on there too to kind of like get people to kind of like, oh, here's who
We
this
saw
person
some
is.
NXT guys.
Yeah, but they'll
wrestle
start blending
already.
them in more. I think.
Yeah,
Like maybe tonight you'll see some. Maybe some will be in that battle royal tonight to kind of boost the numbers up. But yeah, so I think that's going to be how it's going to work.
interesting. So now on night 2, which is Saturday night.
No, Monday.
Oh, it's gonna be on Raw. See, I wasn't
Yeah,
sure if it's
it
Friday,
it,
Saturday.
it doesn't go into the PLEs. It's only
No,
Gotcha.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
only
so
shows.
it's on these shows, so I
Yeah.
won't miss. Okay,
Well, the PLE is not till the following week. So
exactly.
Yeah.
that'd be like you get like you guys who were drafted away from the brand that they're on now might be in a match for a championship
for the
on the
PLE.
other brand.
Right.
So that'd be like, oh, if they win, they stay on the brand that they were originally on, or
Gotcha.
they leave with that championship and it goes to wherever kind of thing.
So next Wednesday, we will be caught up. We watched everything. Wednesday we're going to record. You will have a predictions list for us,
Yes.
so we can predict who's
They will
going
have
to
a
win.
full recap of the draft too.
Yeah, we can talk about the draft. It will basically be a
If there's any-
WWE main show.
If there's any big
for us.
like moves or changes, we'll
Yeah.
talk about that.
Yeah. Big things are happening.
And
Big
I'll make
things
sure
happen.
we record the whole thing this time.
Yes,
We'll keep it.
we'll keep it like we did the second time.
Yes,
around.
an
We
hour.
like
Yeah.
that,
An hour.
Yeah.
An hour.
But like the nice thing, but the certain things that you're gonna have to remember about the draft is, no one who's injured can be drafted. That's usually a rule that they have.
So Rhea's gonna stay on
So
Raw.
Rhea's on Raw. She's not moving.
Yeah.
It depends. Sometimes they try to like. I don't know if they're gonna do it this time,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes they'll like champions don't get touched unless they decide to like flip the champions between the two shows.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna happen. So champions aren't touched usually either.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Interesting.
yeah,
It's the other people.
yeah. Another thing too, which I don't know if you've figured this out yet, but if you're in a couple and you're both on a brand, like it's like a Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins, if one of them gets drafted to the other brand,
Yeah.
more than likely the other half is going to get drafted to that same brand as well.
Oh, you saying if they're dating in real life?
Or if they're married.
More than like
Oh, they're
more
married.
married.
So like if
Okay.
per se, like
I gotcha.
if not saying that, and you're on the brand that you're on, you're not going to get moved. You don't like start from scratch. You don't like fully redrafting.
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
It's-
yeah.
You can pull people from one brand to a different brand.
Right.
So like say like as an example, not saying this would happen, but like Bianca gets drafted to Raw.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good chance probably down the road in the draft, Street Profits are going to get drafted to Raw as well
Okay. And
because
when-
she's married to Montez Ford.
okay. And like when you say brand, like when you say like Judgment Day, those guys are all together.
It sometimes they draft them as a team, sometimes they draft them singly. It
They
depends.
did that. They did that to New Day. Remember, they
Yeah,
had
it
what?
depends if they want to
Kofi
break
and
them up.
Xavier
Like they
in
drafted
one.
Big E to one and left the other two on the other brand.
Yeah.
But they're also possibly like they could like draft like Dominic out of to SmackDown.
You know, they could
And
do
then he
that.
joins Legado del Fantasma kind of thing.
Yeah. He's been kind of doing his.
Yeah.
He's been kind of everywhere.
Yeah. Or
Notice
Andrade
that?
gets moved to SmackDown. Like they kind of
Right.
like this is where they kind of like reset stories.
Gotcha.
Especially
Like,
boring
stuff that's
stories.
stale, that's like been
Yeah.
kind of dried up, like the Final Testament, Bobby Lashley team thing.
Yeah.
There's a good chance Final Testament will probably get drafted to NXT
Gotcha.
to keep them like not so they're away from each other, but then they can like start new stories with other people and not have to.
Because you don't want to have the same thing repeating.
Yeah.
Over and over.
Yeah.
I got you. It makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
Another
excited.
fun thing that might be down the road that
Yeah.
I thought about over the weekend since I started getting back into the Xbox is there is a video game for WWE,
Yeah, I know. I want to.
and there is a My GM mode
yes
that you can play
Yes.
where you control a team, like control a brand,
Yeah.
and book it and do all the drafting and all these things.
I'm been waiting for a sale because I want to pick
So
up the new one.
tempted maybe we could start doing that,
Yeah.
playing that against each other online.
Oh my God. You destroy me. You always
Well, I don't know.
you get good and then you just destroy.
Yeah.
That's your MO.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
Welcome
now
to my
have you
life,
played
Brian.
the new
I've never
WWE?
played a
Welcome to my
WWE
life
video
being
game.
player 2, Brian.
I would
Yes.
pick it up for Xbox if you get it for Xbox,
Yeah.
but I'm waiting for a sale.
Yeah.
So if I know that, I will wait for a sale on Xbox to pick it up.
Yeah.
Um,
So I thought about like since 24 is out, I was like, oh, maybe I can get 23, but 23 is still the same price as it was when it came out.
Yeah, I'm
So I
I'm
don't
just gonna
know,
get
like, I don't
24.
know.
I heard 24 actually got good reviews.
Yeah, no, it's-
So
yeah.
I will go for 24. I'll just wait for a sale.
Yeah.
I
Like, I
bet
wouldn't play
you-
the game. Like I don't like play the game, like the matches or anything, but I would play the My GM thing. Like I've seen, like Xavier Woods has his YouTube channel.
Yes, he's a big
Up, up,
gamer.
down,
and,
down.
He's a big
yeah,
gamer.
Him and Tyler Breeze play the My GM,
Yeah.
and they played it for like years.
Left,
now
left,
they
right,
played
right.
it. Yeah. So they like. So I watched them play, and it's like very
Yeah.
interesting to see like how.
Brian, have you looked at that at all? The up, up, down, down stuff?
Yeah, you might be getting into that.
I think
It's
you
all
would like
the
that.
wrestlers playing video games and stuff. It's a
Oh
whole
yeah,
video
I
game
know.
channel.
Yeah, yeah. He when he
It was the G4 and all that.
he
yeah.
helped relaunch G4.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm like, oh, because he was like, I'm a wrestler. But
Yeah.
I don't know if he was in WWE at the time.
Yes, he
Yes.
was.
Was
yeah,
he?
Yeah,
He's been there.
for a
He's
while.
been there the whole
Wow.
time, Brian.
But yeah, I know that he has a YouTube channel and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
but they play, and I've always like thought about. 'Em, like I thought it'd be interesting to see you trying to book a show and see how you come up with
Yeah,
that.
it'd be fun. I want to check it out.
Yeah,
Hey, I did pretty good that last pay-per-view event.
Yeah, but that's
Pick
like the
ones.
booking's already done for you.
I know.
I'm more like interested in seeing you trying to come up with like matches and things
Yeah.
and
Okay.
hearing your reasoning behind it. I'm
Then you can even build your own belt, Brian.
Well, WWE can be cockamamie, but
No, I
can
know,
be-
but the way you would do it, I just assume it would be very interesting. And having like the deal with like budgets and things.
And especially when you get into like building the stuff, like building pay-per-views, and you can even build your own belts. And
Oh my God! All
Well, let's
right.
say we wouldn't get that far into it.
no,
We would
no,
just
I
play,
know,
like, the
but then
regular-
like some of the people, like just looking up online, the people.
Oh
that
yeah,
do
you
that
can get really
stuff,
crazy. You can do like whole
Like
things.
people
like,
are just like
creation
insane
things.
with their builds.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm gonna look into this now. I'm
Yeah.
gonna look into this
Yeah.
because this sounds interesting. I didn't know it went that deep.
Yeah,
I
Oh,
just
like
thought
yeah.
it's like a regular like sports video game. You have like franchise mode.
I've never played franchise mode.
Oh, that's all I play now. I haven't played like an actual game in forever.
But you don't actually play a like a match or anything.
You don't
You
have to.
can.
You can.
I would want to. That you just you're basically.
but in the WWE version, you're just the GM. You
Oh,
don't play the matches.
you're the guy. You're the.
You can either spectate it or sim them.
Oh.
You don't play like you can, but
Yeah.
You're basically Triple H.
yeah.
Or what's his name on Monday?
Oh,
the
when you
Raw
talk about the
guy
actual
or
GM.
Nick
Yeah.
Aldis or Adam Pearce. Yeah,
Right,
it's like
right.
that. You're like that.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So it is a sim. It's
Yeah.
a business sim.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's almost like NFL used to have it where
You
you
have to like, deal with their
controlled the
contracts.
stadium.
And, yeah. Personalities and all that, and people wanting things, and then
You know, I'll
having
put
to
it.
hire people, fire people.
I will put this game on my watch list, and then when it hops on sale,
Yeah.
I will
Let me know.
pick it up.
Yeah.
I'm interested in this.
Yeah.
sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Never played something like that before.
Yeah. It was interesting to see you trying to
Probably do
do
horrible.
that. I know.
All
I
right,
will
Mark.
enjoy beating you.
We should.
We should get into it. We're an hour in here. We
We're-
got to get into this.
Okay.
There's a big thing that happened. Everyone who's watching that did want to see this is fast forwarded to this point.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yes.
Second trailer dropped this morning.
Yes.
So we're going to watch it, react, discuss, and that will be our show.
All right.
All right. I'm going to pop this in the middle.
All
You
right.
see that?
Yes. I
All right.
see Logan, as I'm assuming Logan sitting at a bar. All right. Here we go.
Told you, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome anywhere. Now get the fuck out of my bar. Just give me one more
Oof.
drink and I'll leave. I'm gonna need you to come with me right now.
Look, lady.
Look, lady.
Well, I'm sort of on the tick, so upsy daisy. Here we go. Oh, whiskey dick of the claws. Prominent Wolverines over 40. You don't want this. Unless you want to take a deep breath through your fucking forehead, I suggest you reconsider.
Oh, man. I got the chills. That was good.
Yeah.
I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about. Not my fucking problem. Is that what you said when your world went to shit? Come again. This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Oof.
Oh.
Want to talk about what's haunting you, or should we wait for a third act flashback?
This.
Fuck yourself.
F-bombs left and
I
right.
know. The hard R is really going for it.
I don't know anything about saving you, but you do. Trust me, kid, I'm no hero. You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man.
This is not even like the real, like, a completely different Wolverine than we've ever.
Oh. Oh my god. This is going to be epic.
Boys are so silly.
Now that's like supposedly Xavier's sister. Is that Ant-Man?
Looks like.
Who knows if you live or die?
Yeah.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Oh man.
Wanna do some cocaine?
Hey, cocaine is the one thing that Feige said is off limits.
What about Bolivian marching band?
List.
Even snowboarding?
Even disco dust.
interrupt her?
Even force bump.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
Wow. All right.
It's gonna be good.
That was an awesome trailer.
Yes.
I don't need to
It
see
still tells you
any more.
nothing.
Well, yeah,
about the
you just
story,
know
which is
you
good.
just know they're either teaming up or
They know they're teaming up because
they're going after each other.
Deadpool's world is collapsing
Yes.
because Disney bought it. I'm assuming that's what's going to be the story.
Mm.
Disney
Yeah.
has taken over the Fox universe,
Yes.
and now the Fox universe is dying.
is dead.
Is dying, and
Yeah.
he has no way of getting like his people out of it.
Right.
But they want him, but they don't want all of his people.
Right.
So he's now eliciting another world, the cartoon version of Wolverine.
Mo-
Yeah, because
Multiple
that's
Wolverine.
definitely a different Wolverine.
That's
than-
not the Wolverine
That's
we've
not the
seen
Wolverine
before.
we've seen.
That's not
It's
a
a different
Wolverine we've
Wolverine.
seen from any.
There's been different
movie.
Wolverines.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
thinking this isn't a Wolverine that we've seen in any of the movies.
But the last trailer we saw the guy from the
Pyro.
TSA. Is it
Oh
TSA?
yeah. Paradox is his name.
Yeah,
TVA.
he asks him to
From Secession.
to go through. So there could be a thing where he has to kind of eliminate everybody from the Fox,
Yes.
and maybe Wolverine. He has got to fight different versions of Wolverine, but maybe him and Wolverine bond, and they have a little.
Well, I think that's the whole thing, that there's something going on.
Yes,
There's
there's a
more
bigger
than-
thing.
Yeah, definitely. You have to come with.
There's gonna
me
be like
type of
the
thing
story
was-
that they're gonna sell you the thing of what they want you to know, what they think the plan is, and then Deadpool's gonna turn and be like, I don't want that to happen. I want this to happen instead. So
Right,
then he takes
right.
over and
Well,
goes for it.
Yeah,
Did
he
you-
goes rogue.
Did you
Yeah.
think that was the beast from the end of Loki? That at one point there's a like cloud beast.
Yes,
Remember that was the
that's
one that was at the end
that's
that
the one
protected
from
the
the
gate?
first season Loki that kills
Yeah.
everything. That's like the cleaning thing of the
Oh, that world that in
the whatever
That
land that
wherever
is.
people
Gotcha.
get they get wanted
Yeah.
to or whatever.
Yeah.
Where they had like all the Lokis and they were living underground. And
yeah,
all that,
because they're hiding from it.
because they can't. Yeah, because if you're above ground,
It's
it'll
just gonna kill you.
Just disintegrate you.
Yeah, and the bald woman, I believe, is rumored to be
Xavier's
Charles
sister
Xavier's sister
from a different universe.
right? But she's a comic book character.
Yeah, but I think that's all like in that whole part. I think takes place in that, whatever that
That end world, whatever.
Elseworld
Yeah.
territory. I think that's where that all
that
takes
purgatory land.
place. Yeah,
Yeah, that was a good trailer.
yeah.
Man, they dropped the F bomb a lot.
Well, they said
It
that's
worked.
gonna be.
It worked a
it's
lot.
Gonna be a lot
though.
of Fs.
And seeing Wolverine and Deadpool, I think this is what every fan has wanted.
Yeah.
And we're going to get it. And I
Yeah.
think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of the
But I
biggest
still
movies of the
think,
year.
like I was saying, I still think whatever they're trying to tell you as the story is nowhere near what the story is.
Yeah.
I'm going with now, if seeing that one, I definitely think there's some, like, they're going to dive into lean hard into the Disney has bought Fox, and now they're killing the Fox universe.
Yes.
And so we want you from the Fox universe. We don't want any of your side characters.
Yeah.
And he's going to be like, no. I don't want to lose my side characters. So now I need Wolverine to help me.
Destroy Disney.
No.
Maybe, or-
to help me to figure out a way to keep all my side characters in the MCU.
Yeah.
And that's how they're going to bring everybody over, all the mutants and everything over. That he's going to do something that's going to cause
Right.
a connection between the two universes.
And we saw at the end they jump
That
into a
was
portal.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange's
Yeah,
portal.
that was
now
that was
could
definitely
be
a ring jump.
That could just be trailer magic. That might not even be in the
That might even be in the movie.
But
that could just be a thing. But
we
that
also
could,
did see an Ant-Man head.
Ant-Man head that opens up.
Yes.
That's the giant Ant-Man from Civil War.
Yeah. Well, he turned into giant
When he
Ant-Man
turns
a
into
couple times.
giant.
Yeah. So.
Or he also did it at the end of Infinity War too. Remember?
Yeah, yeah.
Ant-Man
Busted out of
2
the-
turned big.
Yeah.
Maybe,
So it could be one of those-
You know what it probably is? Because remember there was that editing error where they had Ant-Man in two places.
Well, no, I'm thinking
I'm
it could
wondering
be
if
the
that's-
suit from. It could just be the suit, like the head, the
Yes.
helmet that they've used because it was dropped. He drops it in one of them. I can't remember which one it was.
There was a skull inside it.
But
No, in the
There was
last
a-
movie, the last
No,
Ant-Man movie.
I know, but in the trailer you could
his
see a
helmet
skull.
is in the last Ant-Man movie. They left with that.
they left the helmet
They left the helmet.
in the quantum realm, and I think
Yes.
maybe it got wiped from there and brought to the
Yeah,
Elseworld, and
yeah.
that's where they used.
But
the
that's what I'm
helmet from.
saying is it had a skull in it.
It didn't.
It opens up, you can start to see a jawline.
Oh, I didn't see.
Yeah, well, I mean that could be.
anything.
Yeah,
Because I'm wondering, I'm just saying, because there was that whole thing about how in the battle at the end of Infinity War,
well, because remember,
Ant-Man's in two spaces, and they could say that they wanted the one that wasn't supposed to be there.
no, I think also too they could say like it was one of the Ant-Mans from Quantumania when he had like the multiple Ant-Mans.
Yeah.
One of them like got knocked out into another universe, and they had to go scrub it, and it ended up there, and that's Scott Lang that's dead, and they've
Oh, 'cause he-
used his body as
Well, yeah, because also
like a nowhere
if
kind
he
of
got
situation.
into if he's in the real world, he couldn't breathe because when he gets that size,
yeah,
he can't
yeah.
breathe. So it might have been got
Yeah.
bumped out, and all of a sudden it's like, "Ugh."
yeah.
Oh, I
So-
don't know. That was a great trailer. I'm
Yeah.
very excited. I have to imagine tickets are going to go on sale soon.
Yeah.
And
And I would imagine too, we're probably getting another trailer after this one.
I
Like a
don't
final
think so.
trailer.
I don't know. Do you think
There's
so?
also gonna be a TV version of that's got to get released somehow. They can't just put that out.
Oh, there's going to be TV.
There's gonna be another version that's gonna have other stuff in it.
Now, did you see they have
There'll be an international trailer which will have different things in it too.
different Deadpool popcorn buckets?
I've heard about this, but that's not the official ones yet.
No. They had the one where they
It
have
looks like
Wolverine,
yes, those are different
the mouse.
ideas of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Then there was one where it says butt.
Yes.
But they're gonna. Kevin Feige did state that
Deadpool's designing it.
yes, Deadpool designing it. It will be happening.
Yes.
And it's gonna be lewd.
Yes.
So we'll find out.
We'll find out what it is. It's gonna be something.
Yeah, I did at the theater saw the Garfield popcorn bucket, very reminiscent of the Slimer one. But
Okay.
of course, it's Garfield. They're like, "Oh, it's so cute." $25. I don't know, but still, it's adorable. We
I'm
didn't
never gonna
buy
see
it.
the movie.
We
But
didn't get it. We didn't get
I'll
it.
never watch the movie, but at least
Yeah.
have the
no,
popcorn bucket.
Chris Pratt is not Garfield.
Yeah.
There's only two: Bill Murray and the other real guy.
And Bill Murray wasn't a good Garfield either.
The guy who sounded like Bill Murray, who played Bill Murray in Ghostbusters, did the same voice of Garfield.
Yes.
He's the best Garfield.
Yes.
He's the only Garfield.
Yeah.
Anyway, they got tickets have to go on sale soon. I have to imagine after that trailer.
Well,
that-
I'm assuming next month they'll go on sale.
yeah, come on.
Yeah.
We need it.
Yeah.
All right. This has been a show, Mark.
Yeah.
We got to wrap things up.
You know what else is coming
We got to go.
soon?
What?
The Phantom Menace re-release and all the other movies re-release.
I'll skip Phantom
Coming to
Menace.
theaters.
I will go for the others. I've
But
seen.
speaking of popcorn buckets, I'm interested to see if there's a special popcorn bucket,
Mm.
Star Wars popcorn bucket.
I wouldn't mind collecting if they did cups. I wouldn't mind
Yeah,
collecting the cups
that'd
for
be
that
cool.
because there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
I've seen Phantom Menace too many times in the theater. And
Yes.
it's my least favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not our generation Star Wars. That's all.
I know it's my least
But
favorite.
that's coming up. So if you are
That's in May.
into that, that's
Yeah.
like next week.
Do they have a schedule?
Yeah. It's the 4th, 5th, and 6th, I think.
But aren't they doing all the Star Wars
Yes.
movies?
I think it's the 4th and 5th. Maybe the 6th, but I think it's just the 4th and 5th that they're releasing all of 6 of them. I think 3 of them come out on the 4th, then 3 of them come out on the 6th. If I remember correctly? Or the
Starting
5th?
May 4th, all 9 films
Yeah,
will be
in the theater.
in the theater.
Yeah.
If I go to StarWars.com, there is a Skywalker Saga Marathon coming to theaters May 4th.
Yeah.
Um,
But only doing it like for 2 days.
yeah, that's crazy.
Like only certain ones on one day and only certain ones on the other day. But Phantom Menace is going to be re-released for like the whole weekend or something.
Right, and then an exclusive look at the
Acolyte.
Acolyte,
Yeah.
which comes out in June.
Yeah. Which means we'll get an Acolyte trailer next week that we'll get to talk about.
That's true. Well, we already had a trailer.
But we'll get a different one. This will be a
Maybe.
different.
Yeah, or they'll put the first look on their YouTube
Yeah, that's what the
channel.
first look will be released to the public. You don't have to go and see it after the weekend. So.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, so all that and more.
all right. Well, Wednesday we'll be back.
We will.
It's gonna be WWE mostly.
Wacky Wednesday.
Wacky Wednesday.
Wacky Wednesday with the guys here. We're going to talk about Backlash in France next weekend. We'll be recapping the draft. We'll maybe talk about Star Wars, see if any of us go to see it, and so much more. But stay tuned as always. And as always, be safe, be well, and be kind.
And rewind. See you next week.
Bye, everybody. Night, Rocky.
Good night, Ron.